I'm Jacob W. Glazier. I'm an adjunct professor for the psychology department here at Life University. So I'm originally from Illinois. I grew up in a small farming community. My grandpa and my uncle were both farmers. So I found my way down here to Carrollton, Georgia, actually, where I attended a PhD program and graduated there a couple years ago and found my way over to Life. It has many of the same values that I was taught at West Georgia and that I value myself personally. Coming out of a humanistic tradition at West Georgia and fitting into the positive psychology at Life University, I think was a really natural move for me. And so, advocating for this vision of holism and vitality and human flourishing, the philosophy that undergirds the department at Life, I think, really works to espouse those virtues and those values. Depending on the quarter, I could teach anywhere from 3 classes a quarter to 1 class a quarter. Right now, I'm just teaching health psychology. They only need me for 1 class, which is great. It gives me extra time to do other kind of academic activities. But I've kind of taken the role of teaching at night. So I usually get to campus around 4:30ish. Class starts at 5:30, and we'll go until almost 8 o'clock. Kind of a long class, but the students really make it enjoyable for me, and they're engaged. And as long as I think that we can find something that we're interested to learn about together, I think it makes the time fly by. I've been taken with the quality or level of student at Life that I haven't really found at other universities where I've taught. And what I mean by that is these students don't fit into a mainstream mold in terms of looking at kind of the traditional experimental psychology paradigms and wanting to just kind of go on and practice as a clinician or something to that effect. But I've really been taken by the ability of students at Life to challenge me intellectually, which has been really refreshing. And they do so not through, kind of recalling facts or figures or something like that, but being really creative with their thinking and not being afraid to think outside of the box. That, for me, has been something very special and dear to my heart that, I've been so fortunate to be able to experience that at Life University. I think I'm always pushing myself as an educator. And so, recently, I've been training on Life Flex, or High Flex it's called, which is a new teaching model that we're rolling out at Life University. And this is going to allow us to do hybrid type learning, remote learning, with possibly groups of students at home that are synchronously joining the course online or remotely, while we might have the other half of the students in person. So this is a really exciting thing for me to be participating in, because it's, really, I think, the wave of the future in terms of education. And so, I'm always trying to grow and challenge myself as a teacher and as an educator. And, that has been facilitated a lot, by, recent adversity and the support also at Life. In my personal life and professional life, I'm looking at ways to serve others. And so, the way that I do that partially professionally is being in the helping professions, where not only am I an educator at Life, adjunct professor, but I'm also a licensed counselor. And so, doing therapy part-time is also a way that I try and serve others. And so I really do, think that philosophy, is prevalent. In my students, I see it, and I see it, just walking around campus, is that really taking to heart that notion of lasting purpose. Apart from their amazing ability to adapt, I would just kind of return to something I said earlier, which is to continue valuing this kind of creative spirit that I think is so unique to the student body at Life. I've seen it in the classroom, as that it allows students to think outside of what could be considered the normal paradigm. And so challenging mainstream models and bringing in alternative or fringe or indigenous or other cultural approaches to perhaps understanding health, understanding psychology, understanding ultimately, what it means to live a good life or to facilitate human flourishing and growth. And so I think there's a real kind of melting pot at Life in terms of all of these different ideas. And it's a unique mix that, is very rare to find elsewhere.